Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So today's video is going to be part 2 of my Q&A/getting to know me video. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I will put a link to that video up here somewhere. And let's get started with part 2. Also, I know this has been like a week for you guys, but I mean, I'm just continuing from my part 1 video, so that's why I look exactly the same. So question number 1 is something a couple of you guys asked, and it's what's the best way to tame your hamster? Have you got any tips on taming hamsters? So I mean, I am probably not the best person to give you guys tips on taming at the moment, just because UA and Albus are my first hamsters. I've not had a ton of experience previously with taming, so I'm probably just going to give you guys some links in the description below to some videos from Victoria, Rachel and ERINS Animals that have some really great videos and helpful tips for taming your hamsters. But for me, main things I would probably say is take your time, don't rush anything. You know, it doesn't have to be done in a few days. Make sure that you're building a relationship with your new pets, and don't push them to do anything that they are not ready to do. And I think as long as you're kind of quiet with them and patient, then you will get there in the end. Also, the biggest things are to 1, make sure that you leave your hamster alone for a few days to settle in before you start trying the taming process, and 2, make sure that you always wash your hands before you are trying to tame your hamster, because if your hands do smell like food or anything else, they might mistake you for that and through no fault of their own take a little nibble out of you. So definitely wash your hands beforehand. What got you into YouTube and making hamster content? So I think I said this in part 1, I kind of started YouTube on a little bit of a whim. I first started thinking about it during the first lockdown that we had. I did a ton of research into YouTube and I watched a lot of kind of creative videos on how to start YouTube, how to like kind of maximize your views and stuff like that. It was just interesting to me to watch at the time, so I kind of got a bit hooked watching it. I watched a load of Catherine Manning's videos that were really helpful, and yeah, I'd seen kind of obviously Victoria Rachel's videos and they were just really inspiring, and I thought they look really fun to make and I'd like to put my energy into something a little bit different and a little bit new, something that I'm interested in. And obviously at the moment all of my content is about hamsters, but I will definitely be making content about different animals, whether that's if I get new pets myself, they will be included in this channel, or if I just branch it out to kind of myself learning about some new different animals and things like that. What was the smallest cage you had? So when I first got UA, I got her from Pets at Home and I brought her home in the Pets at Home medium cage. I'm going to put a photo of it up on the screen somewhere here. It was super tiny, and hold on, let me find the actual measurements for you guys. Okay, so medium was 50 centimetres by 35 centimetres. So yeah, that's what I came home with her with. No wonder she was not happy. She was not happy at all when I first got her, and I did make another video on kind of 5 things that I wish I knew before I got a hamster, where I spoke quite a lot about it in that video. But yeah, that was definitely the smallest cage that I had. Not proud of it. I'm glad she wasn't in there for very long. It was a very quick realisation that it was too small for her, and that's when I started doing kind of like a ton of research and just really wanting to improve my care and improve my knowledge. What other animals would you have rather than a hamster, and what's a pet that you want to have but can't get or can't have at the moment? I think I said this in part 1, so I want a cat very, very, very badly, and I would love to have another horse at some point once I can afford it financially. But yeah, I mean, I love so many different animals. There's so many different things that I would love to experience owning in my life. But yeah, cats and horses, definitely the biggest ones. What made you decide to own hamsters? The reason I decided to get a hamster was because at the time I had wanted a pet for ages, but where I'd been living, I wasn't able to have animals. So it had been about 5 years that I'd really wanted to get some type of pet for myself and just wasn't able to do so. I finally got to a stage where I was able to get a pet, but I still wasn't in the position where I could get something like a cat or something a little bit bigger that would need a lot more kind of work and attention from me. So I decided that I was going to get a small animal. I decided I was going to get a hamster. I'd never had one before. I thought they were super cute. I'd always kind of wanted to own one. I saw UA and she was just this little ball of adorable little fluff. And I looked at her and I thought, yeah, you're coming home with me, you are. So yeah, that's kind of what made me decide to get one, was just I really wanted a little pet. I'd wanted a little pet for such a long time. And yeah, hamster was just what I decided on. How did you find out that certain things aren't hamster friendly, and when and where did you first start to learn about proper hamster care? So I found out that a lot of things weren't hamster friendly through hamster groups on Facebook. That was kind of where I first started noticing that my care wasn't up to scratch and there was a lot that I needed to change. UA at the time, I was trying to begin the taming process with her and she was feisty. Let me tell you, this hamster just would run at me and attack my hand. The amount of bites that I got from her to start with, and I was just like, what is going on? What am I doing wrong? Because I've left her alone for a few days, I've done this, I've done that, I've done everything that the pet shop told me. Yeah. And I was like, she's just not having any of this. So I thought, right, let's see if there's any groups that I can join and get a little bit more insight into what is happening here. I was spending so much time just scrolling through all of these hamster groups and looking at all of these posts that people have put, and yeah, I realised that a lot of the stuff that I had wasn't actually safe for her. Then I kind of branched into looking into hamster YouTubers, so I started watching Victoria Rachel's videos, like I said, ERINS animals videos. Yeah, I wanted to learn more. I love learning about different animals. It's something that is really enjoyable for me. It's not just like, you know, oh, I should know these things. Like I really enjoy learning about them. So once I started, I could not stop. I couldn't stop researching and I couldn't stop watching all of these videos, and I just spent hours and hours just watching all of these things and thinking, right, okay, this is what I need to do, that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, it started my crazy hamster mum obsession, and now that's where all of my money goes. What is your favourite species of hamster? I don't know that I've really got a favourite at the moment. I definitely love the Syrians. They're just that little bit bigger. You can kind of handle them a little bit more easily in my eyes, just because they're bigger, not really due to temperament or anything like that. But then again, the dwarfs are just so tiny and adorable. So I don't know. I don't think I could pick a favourite. Yeah, I think I'd need a lot more kind of experience and insight to be able to make an informed decision on that. What do you feed your hamsters? So at the moment they are on the Mr. Johnson Supreme Hamster and Gerbil mix. So yeah, that's what I feed them at the moment, and then they obviously get some different vegetables and stuff like that during the week as well. How old are your hamsters, and do you have any other pets? UA, I got her, when did I get her? January 2020, so the start of last year. So she is probably just over a year old now, and Albus is, from what I was told, he's around 3.5 months, 4 months. Any other pets that I have, I think I've already answered that, haven't I? So yeah, I don't have any other pets at the moment, it's just the hamsters. definitely want some other animals, but yeah, it's just them for the time being. What mistakes have you made previously in terms of hamster care, and what's your favourite hamster product? Oh, okay. Yeah, hamster mistakes, I made a ton of them when I first got UA. Small cage, like unsafe products. I couldn't really understand why she was unhappy until I properly started doing research and stuff like that. And although she still isn't the most friendly of hamsters, she definitely doesn't love being picked up and handled. But she's weird because she'll always come over to you like she wants attention. It's not like I'm gonna run over to you and try and attack you. She'll just come over because she's super curious. But as soon as you're there, if your hand's there, she's gonna bite it. It's just what she's like. But as soon as she's out, she's a little bit better once she's out of her cage. But I mean, she'll bite your hands if she's sitting on you. So that's why I generally tend to wear gloves when I'm handling her, and I don't tend to get her out too much. I tend to just leave her mostly to her own devices. I don't really want to push it if she doesn't want to be handled that much. It doesn't really bother me. I'm happy to just give her a good life and for her to enjoy it. So yeah, favourite hamster products. Ooh, I love wheels. I love just different coloured things. I love bendy bridges as well. Bendy bridges are my friend. Anything that's just like super cute. I really want to get some of the little like igloo hideouts as well, because I just think they're adorable. I mean, I'm pretty much hooked. If it's like pink, purple or sparkly, I'm gonna love it. Yeah, so I love a lot of different hamster products, but yeah, definitely kind of all the accessories and bits like that go in. They're kind of my favourites, hides and things like that. Okay, I'm out of questions. So that is going to be it for these videos. That is going to be it for the part 2 of my Q&A, getting to know me hamster video. I hope you all enjoyed me answering these questions and hope you all feel like you know me a little bit better. I think I've included everyone's questions, so I'm really sorry if I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I did kind of go through everything. So yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!